Good evening and welcome to the Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station. I'm your host, Roman, and we have a good show planned for you today. But first, the forecast from our IntellectualRadio.com Weather Center. Today, cloudy, breezy, and mild with occasional rain this afternoon, and tonight, cloudy with occasional rain and thunderstorms ending after midnight, low 44 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and mild, high 57 degrees. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low 47 degrees. The rest of the week forecast looks like this. On Wednesday, some sun, then turning cloudy and cooler, high 48 degrees. Friday, a shower in the afternoon, high 44 degrees. And on Friday, some sun, then clouds, high 40 degrees. The Drive at 5 is part of the Monday Night Mogul with the Spiritual Hour at 4 with Ray Harris at 6 p.m. Maze Says with Maze Jackson at 8 p.m. Monday Night Mingle with your girl Gina at 7 p.m. And the Drive at 5 is also part of the fabulous 5 at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com. Today, my guest is a tattoo artist from the hit reality series on VH1, Black Ink, Chicago 9 Mag family, right?
Yes, that's correct. Absolutely.
Did I say it right? Because y'all got a saying there like 9 Mag, right?
Yeah. A lot of people messed that up.
Okay,
you right. You spot on.
Did I spot on
Yeah,
right
spot
there?
on.
I get some street cred for that.
Yeah, 9 Mag.
Please give a Drive at 5. Welcome to Van. Welcome to the Drive, man.
Man, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Please give IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station your background.
Well, I'm a young black male. I'm 33 years of age. Come from the hard streets of Chicago, Illinois. Roughly in the 79th area, Arbor Gresham, Chatham neighborhood. Just really rough coming up, went through my trials and tribulations and turned over a new leaf and lived my life to support my family and my kid.
That's it?
I've become a very successful tattoo artist, and I'm on the hit reality show Black Ink Crew Chicago, and that's the highlights of my life, so to speak, right now. And also, last but not least, I'm running a clothing line called Chicago-Rilla. It's urban fashion brand, and it's up and coming, and it's going global right now. So I'm excited about that as well.
Now, you mentioned about your background, your story. You have a compelling story to talk about your life. What inspired you, if any, when you are thinking about heading down the wrong path? You talk about that, and you talk about that in the reality series as well. Or you say you were granted a second chance out of life. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, well, I've dealt with a troubled past where I just wasn't, listening to my mom and, kind of wanted to veer off and go off on the wrong track to see exactly what it was without her telling me. And went down that road, and it was a very, very bumpy road, and I had to learn on my own. Ended up getting locked up, had to do a little bit of time, and when I was in college, I caught a serious charge out there, which caused me to be left with a felony. And with that felony, I've caught another felony for carrying a concealed weapon, and it wasn't registered. But I had to deal with those trials and tribulations. I had to live through that to be where I am today. So to kind of answer your question, all that troubled past leads me to never ever go back down that road. And now I have some type of success, and it's way better than dealing with the garbage. So I'm leading on to a successful life.
You mentioned in your bio, say, quote, "What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger." Define that.
Well, that's pretty much spot on. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, because everything that I went through, I'm still being able to live from it, although being being some very troubled times and dealing with a lot of heartbreak, going back and forth to jail, leading my family on to have to take care of my past responsibilities, and that's troubling, and that's something that can break a potential weak man. But I'm so much stronger than that, and I know what I've done is not the way I want to live my life. So being able to change that and move forward to a life of success, so to speak, it makes me a proud man, proud of myself.
Your daughter means the world to you. You said that over and over.
Definitely.
You said that during the reality series. What that was that one of the one reasons you started to turn your life around?
At one point in time, it was the only reason because I saw a point in my life where I was just wanted to kind of give up, and it's just this joy of this bundle of life, came in and just turned everything around for me, and it gave me a second reason to want to live.
So that motivates you, encourage you to do.
Yes, that definitely motivated me in every way to want to do the right things, and just by having a child dealing with so much stuff that I've dealt with, I wanted to show her the right way, to be successful and to not have to follow those that troubled past that I followed. I wanted to just be a grown man and do everything that entitles being a grown man. It's much different than being a boy to a man. It's a definition behind that, and you have to live by it in order to do right.
Now, we talked about your past. Now, let's talk about what inspired you to become the man you are now. What You're a tattoo artist. What
Yes.
led you down that path of artistry? You got tattoos. I'm looking at a lipstick on your neck. I'm looking at some designs on the back of your head. I mean, what's going on there? What inspired you to say, hey, this is what I want to do? This is my career choice.
Tattooing kind of fell into my lap. I've always been an artist. That's what gave me my drive. I've always been a passionate person about, drawing, painting, anything like that. Never got into tattoos until I was 25 years old. Who inspired me how to do that tattoos is a close friend of mine. He's on one of the episodes. His name is D. He taught me how to do tattoos. I took him a pair of shoes that I was designing at the time, which I was also using my artistic ability, and because I was designing clothes at that time. He said, man, if you can do something like this on clothes, I can only imagine what you can do with, with skin, with a blank canvas. So I took it really, really serious. And at the time, the fashion that I was doing was kind of becoming a fad. It was just, it was fading out. And
What fashion was that?
I was painting on clothes, and I was actually, making a living off that. It was like the old Mesquite look, and people were just painting on gym shoes and stuff like that. I did that locally, and it was becoming real big locally in Chicago. And at a point in time, it just started to kind of die out. So I said, yeah, I definitely need to do something else because I've already had the felonies. It was really hard to get a good paying job to support my family the way that I want to. So I got into tattooing, man, and I never looked back. It's the day I picked up the machine and started working.
Who was the first victim of your tattoo? Who was the guinea pig? Say, come on, man, come on. I got to demonstrate. It got to come on.
The first guinea pig was myself. I always told myself that I was going to tattoo anybody. If I wanted to learn the levels of the skin, I was going to try it on myself first.
Now, did you pick the one that was covered, or did you like? Yeah.
I just chose a area it was inside my wrist. It's a very small Chinese symbol I did. And eventually I got it covered up. But that was the first time I ever picked up a machine and started tattooing. And the second victim was my younger brother. I tagged him up every week.
So is he happy about it or he regrets it?
Well, it's one.
You have to think about that.
Yeah, well, I know it's one tattoo that he hates. It's the first one I ever did on him. It's a name. It was supposed to say "gifted," which is GIFTD. And
come on!
I put "gifted" on it. It was GI. The F looked so much like a P. I mean, he was like, "Oh my god, man!" And to this day, he never covered it. He just said, "Man, this is just a tattoo I'm gonna keep on you, man, because I want you to always remember where you've come from." So you better stay humble throughout the rest of your career.
So he's going to say, "Hey, remember this."
Exactly.
So you had a tattoo artist for like we had a couple of artists, tattoos artists on the show. We had one specifically, and basically I asked this question, and I want to ask you the same question. He said he was looking forward to becoming a tattoo artist mainly because of the women.
Okay.
And in areas that he can tattoo. he kept it strictly business.
Right.
Later on down the line, but he was like looking forward to it. Do you feel the same way at first? Why?
Well, I never wanted to get into the business just to, be a tattoo artist to tattoo only women. I think that's kind of biased, that's sexist, and I didn't get into the business for that reason at all. Like I said, when I was designing clothes, it was coming to a point that I didn't have any income, so I got into the business strictly for, for the wealth and to potentially, be great at it. But with coming with tattoos, a lot of women comes with doing tattoos and would actually be doing great tattoos and good tattoos. You get a lot of women clientele. For me, not to be,
Just keep it PG
yeah,
13, okay?
women, a lot of women attract to me, and my clientele now is about 80% women. So with that, it comes with it. It comes with the business. So you don't have to get in the business to be a tattoo artist just for the women because they're gonna come. They're gonna come.
Oh man, you stamped a tattoo symbol on that one. So tell us about this season, Black Ink Chicago. What's happening? I preparing for this interview. They describe you like a beast, a gorilla.
Right.
He's just swole. He's solid, and I'm like, what?
Right.
Where are they getting this from? But they also call you a gentle giant.
Right.
They also said that you're like the dad of Black Ink Chicago. Is that? I mean, how would you respond to that quote?
Well, I'm a big guy, so.
Well, we all know that,
right.
but I'm just saying.
Well, I guess that's why they call me a gorilla. Plus, I have a clothing line called Chicago Gorilla, so they probably reference me to be that way just because of that. And they treat me like a bigger brother or the father of the shop because I'm the oldest. I've lived through a lot. Some of those guys haven't been through some of the stuff that I've been through. And with that being said, it just gave me a position to be the overseer to look after everyone in the shop, and I'm like the mediator as well. I'm able to talk to everyone individually on a more personal level, and just like to keep things together. So that's my position that I'm at.
So, are you happy? Sometimes you just keep it real. One of the girls was like, "Oh man, don't get on his bad side."
Well, yeah, I mean, I like to always keep it real, man. I think that's one of my most amazing qualities about myself is just to always keep it 100. A lot of people respect you, if you're quote unquote keeping it 100. But just to say that's how people perceive me, it's a blessing. I mean, because I don't want to walk around being called a fake or that's the last thing I want to do. And to be on the platform that I'm at right now, for everybody to say and look into my life and without all the bad things going on and what I've dealt with, to still call me real, that's something that I pride myself on.
Now, I post your picture on Facebook, and somebody inboxed me and told me to ask you this question. So I'm going to ask.
Okay.
Okay. Don't be nervous now. How many tattoos you have on your body?
I have about 40 something, maybe almost close to 50.
Close to 50?
Yeah, definitely close to 50 tattoos for sure.
I hate to ask the backup question on this one. How you fit and compile 50 tattoos on one body?
Well, I still have a lot of room for more. I still have a lot of room. You just I started with a chest piece first. Then of course I went to the arms, and I wanted to work out before I started to do my back. I wanted to get my back a really really nice size to where it was comfortable for me. And I don't think it's at that size right now. I need about another month in the gym, and I'll do my whole full back. And then I'll probably be done.
Is it like a canvas? I mean, some people put like canvas. Is it a canvas or something?
Yes. Well, when your skin is empty, it's called a blank canvas. And if you do have tattoos on you, that you may need to cover, now you're just working with a canvas with art on it. And we definitely do amazing cover-ups at NAMAG. But it's definitely your body is a canvas, especially when you enter our shop. I mean, we just look at you getting ready. We just want to devour that piece that we're going to potentially work on. I can't wait, especially when I get a blank canvas. You come in there with no tattoos, you are like a breath of fresh air because we do so many cover-ups.
Hear that, Rhea? And you basically said one thing that really like put it into perspective on Black Ink.
Mm-hmm.
Respect goes a long way. Respect.
No doubt.
And that kind of reminds me what Birdman said.
Okay. Which was quite funny, I might add.
Right. So can you define respect, your definition of respect in the tattoo industry? Because it's two separate respects there going on.
With this industry, I'm respected by all cultures. That's what defines me as an artist. That's what defines me as a human being, as a person. Me personally, I can't really speak on anyone else, but tattooing is definitely a hard industry to tap into. With all the success that it can lead you to, I mean, you just have to really, really take it serious. And I've taken I've taken that role. I've did everything that I had to do. I went through my trials and tribulations, and I never stopped. So I've gravitated to all, ethnicities, all cultures, from the hood, all the way down to white collar. So I'm respected by all. So that defines me. Respect is not being only respected by the people that surround you. It's being respected by everyone that knows you, cross paths with you, or maybe even see you on television. I mean, there's no in between with me. It's a respect level.
When they first approached you
Mm-hmm.
to be on this reality series, what was your first reaction?
Oh, what the heck is gonna go on with my life? Like, seriously, I was nervous. We always nervous, man. It's because now we're getting ready to go on a platform where we're giving everyone the option to have an opinion about us and our lives. So I was really weary at first, but I did some soul searching. I talked to my mom about it, which is my heart and soul, and she told me to go ahead, give it a shot. And she like, it could make or break you. And knowing you're my son, and I know where you've come from, it's definitely not going to break you. So this is a blessing from God. Do it.
And that was sure confidence, and
Definitely.
now you're here.
That was my, as soon as that's my baby. As soon as she said, "Hey, do it," I said, "Okay, Mom. I'm definitely, I'm gonna ride this wave, and hopefully it's gonna change our lives."
The holidays are coming up. Your reality series finale. What to expect?
To be honest with you, I can't really tell you what to expect for this episode, because every time the show comes on Monday nights, we watch it with you all. We don't see anything, beforehand. So I'm just gonna assume that it's gonna, it's gonna show some craziness for sure. That's a fact, because I've seen some of the commercials, and that's pretty much it. It's gonna show some craziness, and it's gonna show some togetherness, and it's gonna be wild.
Okay, what about you? What about Van? What's next on the horizon? You mentioned your new clothing line.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that. Your new clothing line. Maybe I can sport some gear here for Intellectual Radio.
That'd be nice, man.
I can look hip-hop-ish.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
No.
Well, Chicago really is a brand that one of my close friends started up, and it was meant to be a brand we just wear in the gym only. But I seen so much potential in it, and I said this can be nice, man. It can look really, really good on a sweatshirt, t-shirt, hat, etc. And you can make it a really nice urban line. So I had the platform and the resources and the networking to go out there and actually put the power behind it to make it work. And that's how I got started, man. The brand is symbolizing, the meaning behind it is strong, and I can touch bases on a little bit on that. And I will. The brand is for Chicago, and it's not only Chicago because it's selling globally now. It's called Chicago Gorilla, and we started it because Chicago is a really, really tough place to grow up in, and the gorilla symbolizes strength, respect, and he takes care of his young really, really well, and he lives in the jungle, and he's going to prevail outside that, and do everything he needs to do to take care of his young. So that's where the brand stemmed from, and that's the meaning behind it. and I just thought it was something that I can, move forward with, stay serious and confident with it, and I could potentially, build a lot of wealth to take care of me and my family, and it's something I can behind as well. Get my daughter into it. I want to start her a female line for it. So I want to do a lot of things with the brand.
So next time I'm putting you on the spot and your PR person on the spot.
Okay.
You'll bring some samples so
Definitely.
we can actually see.
Definitely.
And I can be one of your models to, with the hoodie and go cool. All that.
All I need
Don't
is
laugh too hard, Wanda.
All I need is your size, man. I got you.
Okay. Don't be a stranger. See.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
No,
really
no problem.
It.
Now I want you to stay because you really need to hear this other segment.
Okay.
We got a guy that does man weave.
What?
Yeah, man weaves. And we have a sister that's an author that's natural hair. So man weave versus natural hair when we come back on the Drive-In 5 on IntellectualRadio.com. And we're back on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station, the Drive-In 5. My guest to my left she is an author of Hair and Quick Guide to Developing a Healthy Natural Hair Care Regimen. Her name is Lola Ferrara. Ferrara. Okay, Ferrara. And I call him
Amen.
Of the Man Weave, Erskine Reeves. Welcome to the Drive.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Now, starting with you, Lola, please give IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station your background.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for having me tonight. My name is Lola Ferrer, just like you said. I'm an author of the book Healthy Hair is Good Hair. I actually decided to share my story and share the knowledge that I have. In 2002, that was when I started thinking of going natural, embracing my natural hair. I used to have perm, and I was always perming my hair like every 2 weeks. I'm like, you know what? There has to be a better life. There has to be a better way. So I decided to embrace my natural hair. And now having three beautiful girls, they have also taught me to say, hey, don't just keep this knowledge to yourself. Share the knowledge with younger girls coming up and also their mothers. And that's why I am on this journey to put back natural into Black people.
Your background?
My background is I started off barbering when I was like 12 years old. Been in the barbershop since I was 15. And I'm 37. It's the only job I ever had. Never punched a clock a day in my life. So I'm a hair lifer. I got into the man weave just really by happenstance. Just really saw the ideal of doing it, learned how to do it, and I just ran with it. I felt it really would fit my skill set because I'm a barber and I'm a stylist as well. So man weave is actually like the perfect marriage of both worlds, barbering and cosmetology. My background is, like I said, I'm a barber. I started off as a barber when I decided to do this thing as a career. I learned how to do cosmetology. I have a barber shop, and I have a salon, and I have a barber academy. And I've done celebrity work. I've won every probably national barber competition there is. And I've just been around the game a long time. I'm a young guy, but I got started early.
So you said celebrity. So which celebrity has the man weave? You open yourself up to that one. I want to know now.
I think I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Please describe to our listening audience, what is man weave?
Man weave is like the popular hashtag. I prefer men's custom hair units. We also can go by cranial prosthesis or just plain old hair units. Man weave kind of got the popular, like I said, hashtag on IG, Facebook. So that's kind of got the popularity out there. But basically, it's a custom hair unit that's built directly on the scalp for a particular client based on their trouble area.
Okay, you open yourself up again. Depending on what area, or
Right.
You can do any area. That's what you're saying.
I could do any area they need.
Okay.
So if you got the sunroof in the back, we can cover that. And if you got the LeBron in the front, we got you on that too.
Okay.
However you want to play it.
Okay. Before we get in trouble, I'm going to pivot to you. Please describe your book, Developing Healthy Natural Healthcare Regimen.
So that's the book, Healthy Hair is Good Hair. There is no bad hair. The hair that is taken care of, that's good hair. So the goal and the reason for the book is to encourage any Black woman or any Black young girl out there who is thinking, you know what, I'm ready to embrace my natural hair. Then you have the resource for you. Oftentimes you have Black women that want to embrace the natural hair, but there's just so much information out there and it could be so overwhelming. So now they have a resource, something to help them while they are on the natural hair journey, because sometimes it will be frustrating, but then if you know you have a go-to, it makes it a lot easier for you.
When I was reading your bio, when I was watching your video, it made me think of school days, that little segment where the natural versus the straight hair, and they did all the song and the dancing and stuff. It seems like the same thing with the man weave. I'm sorry to put you in this. And the natural hair. Why you think more Black women are going natural in comparison to like a couple of years ago? Like everybody was wearing weaves, extensions, braids, whatever, and now they want to go natural.
So when you say go natural, that's what we were born with. I was born with this natural hair. But then because of the beauty, the European beauty that we were used to, looking into the TV, watching the TV, it was always straight hair. And we thought, we the Black women, the girls, we thought having straight hair was beauty. But now that people are seeing Black girls, Black women are seeing other women, other Black girls wearing their natural hair, now you're giving them the permission to also embrace their own natural hair. You have some Black women, they don't even know what their natural hair looks like because they started having the perm when they were like 6 or 7 years old. Now growing up and seeing the beauty and the versatility of natural hair, they're like, you know what, let me even know what my natural hair looks like. And now they're embracing it. And it's just so relieving and so amazing to see Black young girls. I mean, I go out even for high school students, and then I see like 4 or 5 girls, and I look at just one that's embracing a natural hair. I always make it a point of duty to call her and say, hey, you look different, and you look beautiful with that natural hair. So always empowering the young girls to know, hey, you're doing the right thing. Embracing who you are starts with you embracing your natural hair.
Now I want to ask a follow-up. What you say to people when they call natural look the nappy look? Children are being taught that the straight is what the society is looking for, not the nappy look. What would you say to that, to those people?
I mean, whatever you've been exposed to, that's what you know. That's all that you know. So being nappy, that word is just so derogatory. You don't want to be using that word. But then you have some young girls too. They want to do that, but maybe the mom or the grandmom is calling that saying that to them, and that makes them feel bad. But then now that you know that this is what we were born with, nappy or no nappy, that's what you were born with. But then having the education to know that one of the reasons why it's like that, it's probably because there is not enough moisture in there. But when you get all the knowledge that you know that, hey, you need to take care of this here, you need to put in moisture in there, you see that it's no longer going to be nappy. You just have to.
Why more men are moving towards getting a weed? It puzzles me because it's like, hey, I'm going to go get some more hair weed at the shop.
Well, I see how you bring in the two situations together. There couldn't be more of the opposite, though. In my case, it's really restoring confidence in someone that's not ready to go bald, or maybe they're dealing with a temporary case of alopecia areata. Whereas opposed to
Can you define that?
Okay, alopecia areata is baldness, sudden baldness in spots. And a lot of times it's caused by stress. They don't even really have a real cause for it. Doctors are treating it with either cortisone cream, or sometimes they'll get a little shot. And so it's very temporary, but it can last 3 to 4 months. Okay, and then in the case of male pattern baldness, there's really nothing you can do about that. So if you have a young man, he's going through male pattern baldness, he's 22, and you feel like, man, this is really bringing down my swag, then he comes see me, and that's why I get paid.
So it's bringing down the swag. Like Earl Winfrey, you know, he has some swag, and he talked to you off the air talking about visiting you. What you can do for Earl?
Man, look, I would bring life back to Earl's dating game if he needed. Like, he gonna be stunting on his exes when I finish. Like, sure, you know, I got him. Salt and pepper, whatever you want. Wave 360, box, whatever time period he felt like, you know, he had it at. You know how old school they be like, you know, this is my year. Man, whatever you want. He can do a Gumby. We got it.
Now, you were saying on the video and also in your bio, you don't use artificial, you use the real stuff. Can you describe how long does it last, and what type of real hair you're talking about? This is for African American men.
Correct.
And just in case, we're not talking about white, this is African American males. So what made you like, we need something for us?
And that's exactly how it started. Was part of my intrigue was that, for a long time we see it, you know, Caucasian men wearing toupees, and it seems to blend in pretty well. We didn't have a lot of believable textures for people of color, and so now that I was able to find human hair that matches our hair texture, we are able to go ahead and create a unit that is undetectable. And you know, with a brother, it's gotta be low key. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. He can't be fronted off.
But if they see you at the shop, it's not low key.
Oh man, that's why they come to my private suite.
Oh, okay. Now you got that nod from Earl there. Okay.
Yeah, and mention, by the way, average hair unit will probably run you anywhere from like $250 to $1,000, just depending on what you're getting. You asked the question about how long it lasts. Generally, it's lasting 6 weeks. Currently working on a 360 wave unit that's going to be like 3 to 4 months long. Of course, they're gonna pay me more for that, but you know, I'm gonna keep them in the game longer.
So, what if somebody wants the Tony Curtis or the Gumby or something that you mentioned?
Well,
you had a person on the Real Talk Show, and he had a box.
Yes, sir.
And his hair was low, and he had almost like a George Jefferson. And you put life in it, and you put a box on his head. So
yeah, you saw that, huh?
Yeah, I saw that. So, well, of course I have to prepare for the interview.
All right.
My question is, you said, okay, don't immediately take a shower with it.
Right.
But why is that?
I was a little bit offbeat joke. I said you should be cool as long as you don't go swimming on the first date. You don't want to be detected like that. You don't want to be diving in there and your fro fall off. So you could take a shower. You don't want to immerse it in water. Is basically my point. You got to remember, even though you bought it, it's yours. Moisture could be the enemy to a lot of things. And so, with that being said, they can do everything else. They can work out. They can play ball. All of that. They just gotta come back to me weekly or every other week for maintenance, and all is well.
Speaking of maintenance, natural hair, some women say that the maintenance take up too much of their time, too much of out of their day, and that's why they're going to the weave, the extensions, so forth and so on, because there's only so much they can do. You're saying it's not all about that. You still can take care of with your natural hair without all that stuff they need to do with hair weave.
And that's right. So it's your choice. You either want to make it as easy for you or as difficult for you. So what I say is just make sure that your regimen suits your lifestyle. You don't have to be washing your hair every day. So maybe you can just do one day in the week, or you can do every other week. And while you are not washing your hair, just make sure you are doing your moisturizing your hair every other night with water and moisturizer, just to make sure that things your hair is not too dry, because if the hair is too dry, that would lead to breakage. So just simplify the process.
Now, the timing and the maintenance of it, you said it doesn't take that much time.
I mean, it doesn't take that much time. When you're washing your hair, the wash day is like the day that I see that as a day that you pamper yourself. It's a day and the time that you set aside and say, hey, this time is for me and my hair, and then you do that. But during the course of the week, after you're done with the washing, all you need to do is just to spray every other night, and then you're good to go. And then the style, make sure you're doing styles that you don't have to be tampering with your hair every day. So doing low manipulation styles like twist, and then putting the twist in an updo, so that way you're not in your hair every morning, trying to get things together. Just keep it simple, and your hair will also thank you for it, because you'll be able to retain the length that you get from the growth of your hair.
You want to jump in?
Yeah, I like that. Actually, I agree with her. I'm a stylist as well. And so, like, all my female customers are tripping out because, man, you never would put weave in our hair, blah, blah, blah. That's always been my motto. If I can't run my hands through it, I don't do it. I've always been an anti-weave and building up their natural hair. And so it's ironic that I'm doing man weaves, and especially with my youth that I work with, I have young ladies, I have to tell them, this is my rule of thumb. If you're wearing your weave more times a year than you're wearing your regular hair, we got a problem right there. Now, in some cases, people need it, and I'm all for that. It's an aesthetic appendage that you could work with to cover up some things. But if you're 16 and you're dependent on this weave to create an image, now we got some other issues going on there. Like, we're looking up to the IG Instagram thoughts instead of Michelle Obama or somebody. And so that's where all that's coming from. So, I run a regular, ponytail deliverance and weave deliverance service in my shop. I lay hands on the weave fall out. That's what I do. Amen to that.
I'm speechless on that one. Now, when you was on The Real Talk, how did that come about?
Basically, from my knowledge, it was a meeting going on in their production room. They had flirted with the topic of man weave on other shows. And one of the producers said, hey, if you guys want to bring somebody in, I got the perfect guy for you. And it just so happened to be somebody that was familiar with my work on Instagram. And I had worked with them on the Judge Mathis show before. And so it just kind of happened, and the avenue opened. And 2 weeks later, we're on the show doing our thing. And it's funny you said I did take that guy from George Jefferson to Will Smith. Real talk. Real talk.
George Jefferson to Will Smith.
Yes, sir.
So what can you take Earl Winfrey from?
Earl ain't shortstopping over there, man. He's a handsome guy, no homo. But he's excuse me for that. But I really can go however he wants. If he wants to go with the youthful, like darker look, we can go with something that is good for him. But we also can go with the salt and pepper distinguished man look, which I think would be more fitting for him because he has the salt and pepper accents. And sometimes you look well wearing that. You look like I need to go up to you and borrow some money. So I want to work with that.
When you talk about your book about natural hair, natural beauty, embrace your naturalness. You have a daughter.
3 daughters.
3 daughters. What you say to them when they go to school, they see different forms of hair, and they come back and they say, "Mommy, they made fun of me, with my natural hair, my natural look." You say to your daughters what?
Thank God that has never happened. Because what happens is their friends look at them and then they ask, "How did you do your hair like that?" And then they begin to tell them, "It's my natural hair. I do this, I do that." So they don't have that. Nobody ever questioned them. Rather, they ask, how can they get their hair to look natural like this?
Tell us about your book. What are the steps? Because you go frame by frame, because there's a lot of natural looks that you have. You can put it in a braid, you can put it like in a ponytail and a bob. You can do, you mentioned the Bob Marley look. I don't know what that is, but you can explain that. But explain in your book, healthy hair is good hair.
I mean, just like I say, in the natural hair community, they say some hair is good and some hair is bad. Mm-hmm. But I say there is no bad hair. The hair that is taken care of is good hair. So regardless of whatever texture or whatever length your hair is good as long as you are taking care of it. So my book has different things, how to do the regimen, the different oils that you can use. And if you're trying or if you're thinking of transitioning, I list different steps that you can take to help you with your transitioning journey. And like I say, if you want to embrace your natural hair, first and foremost, you have to know within yourself that that is what you want to do. You're not embracing your natural hair for somebody else. You are embracing that for you because maybe 1, you're tired of the chemicals, or 2, you just want a different look, or 3, like I said, you just don't know what your natural hair color or natural pattern looks like, and you're curious to know that, then you can do that. But then along the way, people will challenge your decision. So my question to you is, are you going to stand for what you believe in? Or you're going to say, you know what, I don't know what people are going to say about my natural hair, so I'm not embracing it. Well, why are you giving them power? Who are the people anyway? If that's what you want to do, if you think it's time for you to stop the chemicals, I say go for it. And then surround yourself with other naturalistas or people that would encourage you on the way to go. And always look out there's information out there. So you can't say there isn't any information. There's a lot of information. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, or even on Instagram, on Periscope. Information is out there. Look for it, get it, and then move on. But just don't say, I don't like women say, "Oh, I won't look beautiful. Oh, my face is too big. Oh, my forehead." No, those are just excuses. Yeah. You know what natural hair does to you? When you decide to embrace your natural beauty and everything that comes with you, that is power. That is freedom. That is you saying, "This is who I am, and this is how I'm appearing in the world." You either love me or you leave me alone.
You felt that power? That's what I'm talking about. She own it. Amen.
Yes. Yeah. That's what we're saying.
Your response to that?
I mean, my response really, I focus on the youth because some of these ladies are so far gone, they know too much. So I focus on the youth. The young men, we've been happy. Let me step back. The young women, they actually do it for each other. They don't do it to impress that young man. The young men are going to like you anyway. We've been liking girls since Double Dutch and Jerry Curl. We don't care nothing about that. So.
By the way, can you do an extension with the Jerry Curl?
Man, we can make it work, man. As long as the price is right, we can make it work.
Get prepared for a Jerry Curl half hour here.
And so I try to pull back that excuse that this is what they need to create an image. Like, no, you guys are doing this for some image that you guys want to portray about yourself. Because women, they kind of dissect each other a little bit. We'll leave it at that sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Now, this is an open-ended question for the both of you. If someone makes a decision, let's say confidence-wise, because you mentioned when men come to you, you feel their self-esteem is kind of low.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're starting to smile when you put that extension in there, so forth and so on. And now you see that boost of confidence. In your comparison analysis, you're saying that women have come to you saying, how do I go with my natural hair? They say this about my natural hair, and you just said, embrace it. Embrace it. And this book will help you embrace it, and you look beautiful without that. So tell us about the self-esteem about both measures here, starting with you.
Like you said, when you decide to embrace your natural hair, you're embracing everything about you. So you might feel your head is too big and all that. But the moment you decide, you know what, this is me and this is who I am, and I'm ready to embrace my natural hair, other things even in your life will begin to fall into place. Now you've embraced who you are. Now you have even more confidence, because either long hair or short hair, it doesn't matter. What matters is this is your hair and you are taking care of it. Now you know that it is your own natural hair. You seek out knowledge to take care of it. And remember, what you nurture grows. And you nurturing yourself, nurturing your body, and nurturing your self-image and your self-esteem, that skyrockets. And people will notice that around you. And people will be drawn to you, because what you give out is what you attract.
In various cases, sometimes it is a boost of self-esteem from a lower self-esteem aspect. In other places, it's really just restoring that confidence that a guy gets when he gets his haircut. Like the barbershop is so a part of our culture. If you grew up getting haircuts every week, fresh lining, and then all of a sudden you don't even have that option, you can't even get a line that's back in the middle of your head. It's gonna have an effect on you mentally, because like you can come in the barbershop feeling not your best, and you can leave out feeling really handsome. And so I've had ex-NBA players fly me out and get this, and I'm like, man, well, brother, he got everything going on, he's suited and booted, and he has all this stuff going on, but it's nothing like when that brother get his hair cut and he look in the mirror and he be like, yeah. He said, man, I haven't seen my line in a decade. Like, you restoring, like, you got that youthful spunk, That's what I'm gonna do for your mans right there. That's what I'm gonna do.
You know what? You got a Cleveland Cavaliers hat. Is it LeBron James?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see?
No. No.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, LeBron has some other stuff down. He has some other more high-tech
He needs to holler
stuff.
at you. That's what
he actually has a line now. Pay attention. Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
He's been working on it little by little.
But he needs to holler at you.
Right, I like his approach. If you can afford it, I do like, when you can do the hair restoration where the doctors take hair seeds from another part of your body and plant them up front. But, that's like a lot of money. Everybody can't afford that. So I'm like a temporary fix to the problem. We can keep doing it and we can keep doing it. But if you can afford that, man, more power to you. And that's what LeBron is doing. Just watch the track scars on the right side. Just watch. And that's my man's. That's my favorite basketball player in the world. That's why I got the Cleveland Cavalier hats.
Okay, so we're running out of time. Tell them how they can get a hold of you, where they can purchase the book, and how they can purchase it, and how they can get access if they wanted to see you and help them out with their hair.
Sure, thank you. So I'm on Facebook as Lola Fora, and also on Instagram, Lola Fora, and also on Periscope. To get the book, you can get the book on Amazon. Just type in Lola Fora. I actually have 2 books in there, an ebook and also this paper book. And also you can also get it from my site, lolafora.com. And I also have a blog where I share tips and tricks about natural hair and just making the journey as easy and as simple for you. And that's Editor in Kinks. www.e DITORINKINKS.com. And you can email me at lolafora16@gmail.com or editorinkinks@gmail.com. Thank you.
All right, to find me, you can go on my website, www.erskinereeves.com. I spell Erskine, ERSKINE. R as in Robert, V as in Victor, ES.com, ErskineReeves.com. I have a barbershop inside of Stratford Mall in Bloomingdale, Illinois. I have a Erskine Reeves salon as well in that same mall. And I also have a barber school located in Hillside, Illinois, on the corner of Manhattan and Washington.
All right. So any numbers they can get a hold of you, or?
Well, yeah, let's go with the barber school number is where I'm at usually, and where most of my bookings are done. 708-493-0936. Once again, 708-493-0936.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for the drive. That's going to do it for us on this Monday night. Thanks to Earl Winfrey, our executive producer, Rhea Ray Harris, and Wanda, who's always behind the scenes. Rhea Ray Harris is up next with Straight No Chasers. You guys have a wonderful week. Coming up next week, guess what? Jermaine Close, you know him, you heard of him, and he'll be in the studio next week.